David Ornstein is reporting that the striker is adamant he'll never play for the club again. And as far as he's concerned, his Newcastle career is over, regardless of whether he gets a move this window or not. Now, we're still to confirm this story, but The Athletic is saying he has got no desire to reintegrate with the squad. And after not being offered a new contract last summer, he made it clear to the club that it would be his final season at St James's Park. Well, Jay, have you ever been in a situation where a player has refused to play for a club?
I haven't been in a situation where a player's refused to play for a club, but I've been in a sticky situation when I was at Cardiff. And I went to Cardiff in my second year, and I said to Cardiff, I want a new deal. I've been playing well. I'm one of the first names on the team sheet. I want to get a good contract to put me up there with some of the higher earners, and they declined it. And I vented my. I was upset. I vented my anger to them, but they were just adamant that they weren't going to give me one. And then in my final season, the season that I got called into the England squad and was scoring lots of goals, again playing really well, then they was trying to bully me into signing a contract, and I said, no, it doesn't work like that. And so that was a bit of a difficult situation, but fans don't know that, and some fans were holding me accountable. But ultimately, I wanted to commit my future to Cardiff the season before. They didn't want me to. They didn't feel like I justified a new contract, and they told me no.
It's tough to recover from, regardless of the transfer outcome. And then there's someone, we haven't had the Liverpool side of things here, someone called Anfield Sector got in touch and said Newcastle hierarchy treated the star player poorly, and now they're paying the price. And we also had a message from someone called Decent Hoy. Hoy, by the way, up there means throw, all right? So this guy's got a decent throw on him. He's very, very easy. He just says they just need to let him go. Jay, just in terms of everything said there, what do you make of all of that? I mean, it does seem very much like Newcastle have now absolutely sided with their club over the player.
Like I said, there's two sides to the story. I mean, I like what James said. Obviously, I think he was very objective about his comments. But there's no doubt in my mind, if Isak ends up having to stay at Newcastle and he's playing well and he's scoring goals, the fans are going to love him and adore him again. Obviously, this is a sticky situation. It's not ideal, but I do genuinely think the best thing Newcastle could have done was sell Isak. You have to sell a player that doesn't want to be there, take the money, and then go and reinvest that money onto players as well. And Newcastle, their recruitment has been, second to none. And I'm sure they will go out there and get another forward. Yes, it might not be as good as Isak, but if you have a player that doesn't want to be there, just let him go.
Ibrahima Konate could be heading for a high-profile exit from Liverpool this summer, with Real Madrid intensifying their interest in the French centre-back. While no deal has been finalised yet, reports from multiple outlets suggest the Spanish giants are quietly pushing to bring Konate to the Bernabeu either now or on a free transfer when his contract expires in 2026. Konate, who has 2 years left on his current deal, has yet to agree to an extension with Liverpool, and the lack of progress in negotiations has left the door slightly open for Madrid to make a move. Liverpool, however, are standing firm. According to reports from This Is Anfield and SI.com, the club have made it clear they do not want to sell Konate this summer unless they receive a fee of around €50 million. Real Madrid, in contrast, are only willing to offer around €25 million, viewing Konate as a long-term project who could arrive for free in 2026, similar to how they secured Trent Alexander-Arnold. The growing gap in valuation between the two clubs is a key sticking point, but Madrid may ramp up pressure as the transfer window progresses, especially if Konate signals he's unwilling to renew his current deal. From the player's side, there's no confirmed push to leave. Konate is reportedly flattered by Madrid's interest, but there are no public signs he's demanding a transfer. Still, Liverpool are cautious, especially after losing Alexander-Arnold to Madrid earlier this summer without a transfer fee. The club may be forced to consider selling Konate now if he doesn't extend his contract soon, to avoid another costly free transfer exit. Furthermore, Konate is said to be seeking a significant wage increase as part of any new Liverpool deal, and this financial tension is reportedly one reason why talks have stalled. For Real Madrid, Konate fits their model perfectly: young, athletic, and already experienced at the highest level. With the long-term futures of key defenders like David Alaba and Antonio Rudiger uncertain, Madrid are looking to reshape their backline for the next generation. Konate, at just 26, is seen as a potential anchor for the future, and his situation at Liverpool could create the perfect storm for a move, either this summer or next. Mark Guéhi is now on the verge of completing a move to Liverpool this summer, with talks between the Reds and Crystal Palace progressing rapidly in recent days. The England international, who currently serves as Palace's captain, has been a long-standing target for Liverpool, and the Stars now appear to be aligning for a deal to be struck before the transfer window closes. According to reports from The Guardian and TalkSport, Palace have made the 24-year-old available for transfer as he enters the final year of his contract. Rather than risk losing him on a free transfer in 2026, the South London club is now willing to cash in, and Liverpool are seen as front-runners to secure his signature. Sources close to the club indicate that Liverpool are in advanced negotiations and have identified Guéhi as a top defensive priority following the departure of Jarell Quansah to Bayer Leverkusen. Manager Arne Slot is pushing for defensive reinforcements this summer, and Guéhi fits the bill perfectly: young, composed, Premier League proven, and capable of playing in a high defensive line. The Times highlighted Guéhi's calm and assured performances with both Crystal Palace and the England national team, describing him as a ready-made successor to Virgil van Dijk. Slot views Guéhi not only as a reliable starter but also as a long-term investment in reshaping Liverpool's backline. What's also helped accelerate the deal is Crystal Palace's softening stance on the asking price. Initial reports suggested the club valued Guéhi at upwards of £60 million, but recent updates from This Is Anfield and TalkSport suggest that Palace have dropped their demands to around £40 million, a far more reasonable figure considering his contract status. Liverpool, known for being shrewd in the market, are keen to avoid lengthy negotiations, and Palace's willingness to settle for a realistic fee makes this deal highly likely to go through in the coming days. Guéhi himself is reportedly open to the move and would welcome the opportunity to step into a top-4 club environment and compete in the Champions League. With both parties now aligning on valuation and interest, it seems only a matter of time before the transfer is finalized. Liverpool's recruitment strategy this summer has focused on securing young, high-upside players, and with Milos Kerkez and Florian Wirtz already linked to Anfield, Guéhi looks set to join an exciting new wave under Arne Slot's leadership.